Let's take a look now at the chords that we'll use for the song Alive. There's going to be 4 different chords that we'll use for the entirety of the song. We're going to reuse one of those chords for this little passing chord that we can kind of put in between one of the sections, and it adds a little bit of a lift and extra movement for us. But it doesn't mean that we have to learn a new chord. So we're going to start right away off a minor chord. And so to play an A minor, the 3 notes that make up an A minor is A, C, and E. Okay? We're going to rearrange and play that A minor in a second inversion. What that means is that E is going to be our lowest note of how we arrange those 3. So E, A, and C. Right there. Okay? And we have an A in the bass. Just like that. And again, like I said, because everything's going to be so tight, we're really going to kind of only be around this region of the piano, especially with our right hand. We're not going to move and jump octaves or anything like that. So A minor, right there. And then we go down to a C over E. Okay, a C over E. And to do that, we're going to take our C chord in our right hand, but an E note in the bass. So C chord is built C, E, and G. And then we would have an E note instead of a C in our bass. Okay? What we're going to do, because these chords move so quickly, is we're actually only going to play the E and the G of the chord. Now, technically that would kind of change the feel and the sound of the chord overall, just to play that by itself, but other instruments are going to be covering the C note, and so we're okay just to kind of use this because it's so quick. So we go from that A minor, and then you'll notice we're already playing an E as our lowest note, so we can just use our second finger to play the E and the G, and we're right there. Then we go to an F chord, and to voice those 3 notes, we have an F, an A, and a C that makes up our F chord. But just like we did with the C over E, we're only going to use 2 notes out of that chord. So we're going to use the F and then the A. So remember, we were at the C over E, and then we go just up to an F and an A, and then F in the bass. So you see how that kind of fingering movement happened. It was my first and second fingers on the E and the G, and then my third finger is ready to go on that A, and I shift my thumb up, I lift to be 1 and 3rd fingers on the F and the A. So C over E to the F. Easy movement, but you've got to get that thumb to lift up and go there, okay? Now, the second half of the progression starts again on an F, which you're already there, so you hit it again, and then an A minor once more, and you end it on a G chord, okay? G chord is built on a G, B, and a D. Those 3 notes for a G chord. We're going to play that chord in a second inversion as well. So that means that it's D as the lowest note, G and B in that shape. All right? So you'll notice that the A minor is in a second inversion, and then a G is in second inversion as well. So that's only steps down, 1 step from the A minor to the G. And really, you kind of notice I can use my hand in one very solid position, 1st finger, 3rd finger, 5th finger, and I can just bump down to the G, moving my thumb, and then using my 2nd and 4th. That might be a little bit of a stretch for some, just depending on how your hand, fits that. But if you can make that movement of fingers happen, it's very effective and very quick, rather than lifting the whole thing off and going down like this. So just use 1 and then 2 and 4 fingers for that. A lot of explanation, but because it's so repetitive and it happens pretty quick, you want to use as easy a finger movement as you possibly can. So here's the whole progression in its entirety. A minor in the second inversion, and then coming down to the C over E. All right, so 2 notes of that up to the F, and then 1 more F to start the next little bit, the A minor again, to the G. And that is the whole progression that just cycles through repetitively in the song. The little passing chord that we use is a C over E. So this can happen in strategic parts of the song, and it is in the intros. So anytime there's this instrumental at the beginning of the song, after the chorus going back to verse, and the ending of the song, places like that, especially where it builds, you can use this little C over E passing chord. So we do the first half of the progression, A minor, C over E, F. And before you hit an F for the second half of that progression, you can do a quick little C over E to an F, and then your A minor and G. Okay, in real time, that's going to sound a little bit like this. So A minor, C over E, F, and now quickly the C over E, A minor, G. It's almost too fast to talk it through, but I'll play it one more time here. So A minor, C over E, F, and C over E, F, A minor, G. Okay? So it's quickly in there, but that can be a little bit of a change and variation within that. So that's your chords, and you save that little passing chord for those specific moments where you want to just brighten it up a little bit. And that's your chords that you'll use for the song Alive.